Kahekili II is remembered to history as one of the most feared and politically cunning rulers in all of Polynesian history, and he stands as one of the most formidable adversaries that Kamehameha the Great would ever face in his conquest to unite the Hawaiian Islands. And Kahekili's death in July of 1794 would forever change the destiny of Polynesia and pave the way for the complete unification of Hawaii under Kamehameha's rule. But how exactly did this fearsome war chief and master politician meet his end? With multiple conflicting theories from contemporary Hawaiian, European and missionary sources presenting differing viewpoints on the final moments of Kahekili's remarkable life. And in this analysis we will be doing a deep dive into each one of these theories through an in-depth examination of the historical record and contemporary documents. But before we begin, don't forget, if you want to find out more about the deaths of some of history's greatest figures, then subscribe to my channel Historical Exit. As was previously mentioned, Kahekili was one of the most powerful, experienced and notorious military commanders in all of Pacific history, and he would be at the peak of his authority in the early 1790s when he had successfully created a vast empire that encompassed 7 of the 8 main Hawaiian islands. With his distinctive appearance tattooed entirely black from head to foot on the right side of his body, Kahekili had become a legendary figure who struck terror into the hearts of his enemies. His empire included Maui, Lanai, Molokai, and Oahu, making him the most powerful ruler in Hawaiian history outside of Kamehameha. However though, by 1794, Kahekili's strategic position would begin to deteriorate as his advanced age of approximately 87 years had begun to take its toll on the great chief. With his health failing and his political authority undermined by the growing threat of Kamehameha's modernized military force equipped with European weapons, Kahekili would make the fateful decision to return to his beloved residence at Ulukau, and it was here, at this sacred location, surrounded by his most trusted advisors and family members, that the great chief would draw his final breath in July 1794. And our most detailed and culturally significant account of Kahekili's death comes to us from Hawaiian historian Samuel Kamakau, and he details in his chronicle, The Ruling Chiefs of Hawaii, that Kahekili's condition had been deteriorating for several weeks before his death, with the great chief struggling against the limitations imposed by his remarkable age of approximately 87 years old. And the Hawaiian accounts consistently describe his final illness as a gradual decline rather than any sudden or violent end, with multiple sources noting that he ruled on Maui before he fell ill and returned to Waikiki. These traditional sources also provide vivid descriptions of the immediate response to his death, noting that the chiefs ordering all within the house to remain, where they began debating the disposal of the bones and meat of him before word of his death should get abroad. This secretive response was entirely consistent with traditional Hawaiian protocols for the death of the highest ranking chiefs, where the location and disposal of royal remains carried profound spiritual and political significance. So although the natural progression of Kahekili's illness provides our most plausible explanation for his death, the most fascinating and controversial aspect of his passing involves the extraordinary actions taken by his half-brothers Kamemoku and his twin brother Kamanawa immediately following his demise. And according to Abraham Fernandez's detailed historical account, which draws from multiple Hawaiian sources, Kamemoku and his brothers secretly took Kahekili's body away and hid it in one of the caves at Koloku in North Kona, Hawaii. This action is truly remarkable, as these true brothers were Kamehameha's most trusted counselors, and it has puzzled historians for generations as to why 2 of Kamehameha's oldest and most prominent counselor chiefs would travel from Hawaii to Oahu specifically to secure and safely hide the bones of Kamehameha's greatest political rival. And the twins' decision to secretly transport Kahekili's remains and hide them according to the ancient customs of their people demonstrates both their respect for their half-brother and their understanding of the profound political implications of his death. So to conclude, it appears that both traditional Hawaiian and European sources consistently point towards natural death from advanced age as Kahekili's cause of passing, with modern historical scholarship leaning towards the potential role of epidemic diseases being the specific illness responsible for Kahekili's death. With Seth David Archer's research on epidemics and culture in Hawaii 1778 to 1840 providing compelling evidence that diseases may have contributed to Kahekili's decline, noting that the frail health and death of Kahekili coincides with the debilitating illness of Kahekili's son Kalanikupule. This theory suggests that the wave of diseases introduced by European contact, including influenza, smallpox, and other infectious ailments, may have weakened Kahekili's constitution and accelerated his natural decline due to his advanced age. Multiple sources from this period describe devastating disease outbreaks throughout the entire Hawaiian Islands following European contact, with native populations lacking immunity to old world diseases and suffering greatly as a result. So I hope you enjoyed this video on the death of Kahekili, one of the most important figures in Polynesian history. And if you did enjoy this video, please do like and share it with others, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel Historical Exit so you can find out more about the deaths of some of history's greatest figures. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.